I always thought the worst kind of pain was the kind you could see, broken bones, bruised skin, something you could point at and say, "This hurts." But that was before the night everything changed. It was a Thursday. Quiet. Too quiet for a city that usually never sleeps. I had just come home early from a business trip. My flight got canceled due to a storm, and instead of being frustrated, I was excited. Excited to surprise Mia. We'd been together for almost 4 years. Everyone said we were perfect, the couple that gives people hope. Maybe that's why I ignored the small signs, the sudden late-night calls, the new passwords on her phone, the perfume that smelled unfamiliar on our bedsheets. When I pushed open our apartment door, the lights were dim. Soft music was playing. Mia always put on music when she cooked, so for a moment I smiled. I thought she was planning something for me. But then I heard it, a low whisper. A man's voice. Followed by her giggle. Her giggle. The one that used to be only mine. I froze. My grip tightened around my suitcase handle. Part of me wanted to walk out and pretend I heard nothing. Another part wanted to storm in and scream. Instead, I did neither. I just walked quietly towards the hallway, heart pounding so loud it echoed in my ears. The bedroom door was slightly open. Just enough to see the reflection in the mirror inside. Mia wasn't alone. And she wasn't dressed. The man was someone I recognized, Daniel. Her close friend from work. The guy she said was like a brother. My breath caught in my throat, and for a moment, I felt like the world tilted off its axis. Everything slowed. My heartbeat, my thoughts, even the air felt heavier. I wasn't angry. Not yet. I was numb. I pushed the door fully open. The music stopped. Their bodies froze. Daniel's face went pale, and Mia's eyes widened like she had been caught committing a crime, which she had. "Why, you're home," she stammered, pulling the blanket over herself. I didn't shout. I didn't break anything. My voice came out quiet, too calm for the destruction inside me. "How long?" She didn't answer. The silence was louder than any confession. Daniel scrambled for his clothes, muttering apologies I didn't want to hear. He rushed past me, avoiding eye contact, and the moment he left, Mia finally whispered, "It meant nothing. I'm sorry. Please, just listen." I sat on the edge of the bed, the same bed where she betrayed me, and whispered, "Why?" Her eyes filled with tears as she said, "I felt like you were slipping away. You were always busy. I was lonely." "So you filled the loneliness with him?" I asked, my voice shaking. She cried harder. Maybe her guilt was real. Maybe her tears were just another lie. At that point, I couldn't tell the difference. I stood up and walked to the window. Rain was hitting the glass hard, almost angrily, like the world was grieving with me. "You could have talked to me," I said softly. "One conversation would have saved everything." "I know," she whispered. "Please don't leave." I looked at her, really looked at her. All the memories, the laughter, the late-night talks, the promises, everything flashed before me. And with one shattering wave of reality, I realized those memories didn't protect me. They trapped me. "Love doesn't die in one moment," I said. "But trust does." She reached for my hand, but I stepped back. That was the moment she broke. Completely. But I couldn't stay, not after seeing the truth with my own eyes. I picked up my suitcase and walked out without another word. She followed me to the door, begging, crying, promising she would change, but I kept walking. The elevator doors closed between us, and in that split second, I finally allowed myself to breathe. It hurt, God, it hurt, but it was the kind of pain that frees you. That night, I checked into a cheap hotel. The room was cold, the sheets smelled like bleach, and the walls were thin. But for the first time in months, I slept without question, without doubt. I didn't lose her that night. I found myself. And sometimes the truth, even when it breaks you, is the only thing that sets you free.